Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're back again. Blue Spirit, Storm here.
Tom here. Zuko.
Kimmy here.
You guys had no clue I was going to put this on. They're like, See, I'm on Lost. Am I? Cameo?
Ooh, are
Who
you?
knows?
You're on the wrong island.
We never know what's going to happen.
Never.
Oh my god, it's Zuko. Oh.
Ah! We really do like the show, and again, so many questions all the time, but it makes it exciting that way. Love learning about the characters. This one's called Hearts and Minds, so we're watching episode 13 of season 1. We have more mystery now with Kate, because she found, and she knew about it, that there was a little airplane in that suitcase. Mm-hmm. And she kept lying. It meant so much to her that she kept lying about it to Jack. And, even as far as like digging up. Yeah, even robbed a bank, killed people. So it really meant something. And she said that she killed him, right? Like, it was her fault or something.
Her life or something, and her love that she killed.
So I kind of wonder if she actually did kill that person, or if she feels guilty because something they did together had him killed. And maybe she feels guilty.
Or she killed him accidentally.
Accidentally, yeah. Or he went crazy. And there's a big
twist. Used it to her, and she killed him because she had to. I don't know.
Yeah, always so much mystery. I really like Jack's character because even though he is the main character, he's a doctor, he cares about everyone there, which is awesome. We've had this discussion before, but we said that human is human, and when you're surviving, you're in a place you don't want to be. It's harsh territory. You have a mechanical monster after you. Like, some people might just stay to themselves and not really care for others at that point because doctor or not.
He's also had a rough career, too.
And he had a rough career, but he really cares. And it really showed a couple episodes ago with how far he went, which was the right path, as sad as it was about his father, because of his alcohol abuse and, making wrong decisions. He ended up killing someone. And how many other times has that happened where he nicked the artery or something under the influence?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his hands weren't steady enough.
Yeah.
That's right.
So he had to call him out. So that actually says a lot about someone with what lengths you'll go to, even if it's family, to destroy their lives, to, make it right. In this case, it had to be that way. And you could see how hard it was on Jack to do that.
It was. And they work at the same hospital. So all their coworkers know about Jack's dad and him. Of course, he had to, how can his reputation is going to be shot too if he went along with it and got away with it. I mean, all the nurses and other doctors and, partners have to work with him. They're going to know.
It was really intense, and with Jack actually saving Charlie as well, like he was so driven in that sense, and I'm so happy he was able to save him. But we don't know where Claire is still, so that's bad.
It's desperate. I mean, she's going to have a baby any day now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we heard her screaming in the jungle, so...
That's not good.
Yeah, and I know Saeed was actually hearing voices at one point, but I doubt that's what that is. That's probably Claire actually screaming that something bad is happening to her.
What if the screaming is her having the kid?
Maybe the labor. Yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully they're not extracting it from her.
Because he did shoot her up with something, probably to induce, so maybe she was actually having the baby then, so that's scary. I don't know. So, shall we get into this episode? Yeah, we'll find out.
Yes.
Again, I'm hiding the description because it likes to spoil things, but Hearts and Minds.
Ominous music.
I know.
Who's working? Oh, jealous?
I brought you a present.
Protected, like,
I didn't have a
The
chance
Big Brother
to get the
ominous
gift wrap,
music.
so-
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does
Boone.
not
Urge
like
to
it.
kill
Push for
rising.
you, dude.
Yeah,
You and Locke are going out hunting boar every day, right? Maybe you guys aren't trying hard enough?
we're hunting, all right?
I hope so, because people need food, man.
Get out of here! Get the hell away from me!
Shannon,
Oh,
Stay out of here! Get the hell away from me!
stay away from my sister.
can't
For
judge.
a moment, you seem to be giving me an order.
It's just a friendly suggestion.
What have I done?
Found some fresh tracks down by the stream.
Thank goodness for Locke. Yay, let's go.
You need to put aside your differences with Saeed. He's hitting on Shannon. He's very competent.
He does things
Don't
on
wanna make
purpose.
an
I love
enemy
it how
of him. We're gonna
immediately he
want him on
says
our
that.
side.
He offered me something to eat, like, right after we, got here.
Yeah, we were all
The
paranoid.
thing with the spikes?
He's gonna kill.
Sea urchin.
Yeah.
You're not eating those, are you?
Oh,
Dude, these aren't for eating.
working.
Excuse me.
Keeping. Stalk much.
The eyes to. I know you're there.
I can see you there,
I wasn't hiding. I was just looking.
No.
What are you doing?
I know you're there. I can see you there, you know.
I wasn't
No.
hiding. Ah, gross little grayish yellow things.
Passion fruit seeds.
Okay, she's working.
Awesome.
The secret garden.
Very nice.
When did you do all this?
It was all sun. If the boar's thinning out, then why should he feed it everyone else at his own expense?
It's a lot of work.
That glass
eat a
isn't
lot of
breaking,
boar every
and
day.
the door's sealed shut. So not to be
C4
too difficult,
plastic.
but we've been coming here for 2 days just staring at this thing. Not really sure what we're supposed to be doing.
And found the master staring at a single 18-foot block of marble. 3 years later, that block of marble was the statue of David.
We're not going to stare at this thing for 4 months, are we?
Boone,
What's
She
going
has
on?
her head.
what are you doing here?
15 hours. I just spent 15 hours on a plane.
Oh,
Are you
see, she did have a bruise.
Oh, she's showing him.
She-
She went like that.
Really? She seems so strong before it to be like that.
Fish! Just point me in the right direction. I'll take care of my own business with my own tools.
He's laughing.
Just watch him.
It's like,
You
you're
know,
not
Watching
gonna
copy.
do that. You just stay on the shore.
Tell them what?
What we found? I gotta tell Shannon.
Why?
What do you mean, why? 'Cause she's my sister.
Why do you care about her so much? You sure you've thought through the ramifications?
Yes.
I don't know if that's good. Woo!
Oh,
Lock!
Where's
No.
that coming?
answer.
Untie me right now.
Or what?
I swear I won't tell anyone about the hatch thing, okay?
I'm doing this, Boone, because it's time for you to let go of some things.
What's he doing?
Untreated wound out here. It's gonna get infected.
You've been coming out here. He's that epic.
You'll be able to
And
cut
I
yourself
missed.
free once you have the proper motivation.
Can you lean forward? Yeah.
Maybe go just
Don't shout for help.
Her, okay? My sister just happens to be attracted to the wrong kind of guy.
Is that Sawyer?
How come nobody wants to hear my side of the story, huh?
Oh my God.
Wow, how ironic.
See, sadly, with the police, not the dating police.
Bugger off, Mud. What you don't understand, Brian, is that you'll be the third guy I've paid to leave. I'm gonna give you 25,000 US dollars. It's worth closer to 50,000.
Guess that falls under the category of be careful what you wish for.
Oh, she smiled.
Oh,
Oh shit.
maybe Kate
You
can.
understood me.
Please, don't tell anyone.
Old news sister. Damn it! She's using her shirt.
Oh, he stepped on something. What was this thing, right?
Friggin' urchin! Ah, you
Oh,
Oh God, you're gonna knock over.
You're gonna have to pee on my foot, man. It'll stop the venom. You need to pee. Pee on my foot.
Hi.
I didn't hear you.
Sorry. Well, you made a compass. I haven't seen one of those since I was a weebelo.
What's a weebelo?
Just halfway between a Cub Scout and a Boy Scout. Maybe this will help your cause.
Ooh, don't lose it.
It's a real
Don't
compass.
you need this?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
The
He's
island
just
is my
one with the
friend.
island. Yeah.
The island is my compass.
Shannon,
Shannon.
He's hallucinating.
can you get over here?
I'm tied up too.
Holy crap.
Oh, I got the freaking chills. Are you freaking kidding me?
It's the proper motivation that Locke was talking about.
Yeah. Who's gonna dislocate? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Pop. Holy crap. What the frick
Godzilla?
is that?
It's Godzilla.
She is tied up.
Holy crap.
Whoa, it's right there. What the frick is it?
It's huge, whatever it is.
Ooh, sounds like a dinosaur.
It does sound like a dinosaur.
Go on.
I don't know. We're just gonna stay here for the rest of the day, okay?
Oh my God.
What the heck?
I'm
But
saying
then
this
again,
compass is obviously defective.
I'm so scared.
They better tell everybody when they get back.
I hope
No
so.
Secrets.
Don't stick your head out. I wouldn't want to leave. We're living here
Go out
forever.
first.
What's the matter with you?
Because he's right.
Oh, took the money?
Oh, look at this. Let's go. Please. Oh, you've done this before, you little bitch. All right, that's enough. Don't touch me, you low-life piece of...
Brian, get off of this!
Whoa! And he didn't go after her, so maybe he wasn't abusive at all. It was all her. That's insane.
Wow, she was in on it.
You mean us?
The most dangerous predator of all.
Great, thanks for saying that. It reminded me on this island.
Does anybody else know?
Only Michael.
But not your husband?
Please, I
Don't worry. I can keep a secret.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Have you never lied to a man you've loved?
I killed him for it.
Yeah, that really hit home.
That's complicated.
Okay, fine.
Sarah Cheng.
Over the lips, past the gums. Yada yada. Oh
Here
God.
it comes.
Oh.
Now the dog's doing okay still.
Dude, you find your own bag? That's awesome, man.
Oh, hey.
Oh, how sweet.
He went to you with that. That's awesome.
Thanks.
He even gutted it for you and everything.
Are you sure
Well,
we're
you
going
learn
in
how
the
to
right
grow more.
direction?
You don't want to follow me, don't.
I wouldn't have to follow you if you weren't best friends with the nutcase who brought us out here. Where's it go?
I don't know what's a fluttering. Why are birds there now?
I don't know.
Holy crap.
Sorry, I screamed. Holy crap.
That definitely sounds pretty short.
It's
gonna
getting
get
close. Oh, got her!
It grabbed her.
Oh, I get the chills. Do you think it killed her? I didn't mean like I picked her up. I have a friendly mouth.
Doesn't
This
look
is my nice grip.
I knew you'd bring the money. I knew you would.
You are drunk.
You want to know why?
This doesn't really matter, does it? Because you're gonna tell me anyway.
Because you're in love with me.
What?
I've always known it.
You're sick.
She's like manipulating him. Now give me more money. Oh boy.
What do we tell our parents?
I know.
Oh, they're on the island. You don't have to explain it.
Yeah. Oh no, there's a lot. There's a lot of them.
Like drug her.
Oh, there she is.
Oh.
Oh, she's
Oh,
ripped
jeez.
up like crazy. Yeah, it just mangles them.
Those are definitely, claw marks.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like teeth or claws, something.
You killed her!
You made it back. Why is there no blood on you?
All on his head?
What?
What?
Shannon?
Is she still alive? She's still there? What just happened?
You drugged me. I gave you an experience that I believed was vital to your survival on this island.
Holy smoke.
Yeah.
All right,
No wonder
like
why
he
she
has
was
ultimate powers.
I felt relieved.
Relieved? Is that what he said?
Oh, yeah.
Time to let go.
Mm-hmm.
What a freaking lesson. What?
Jeez. This is my island, bitch.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Let's go back on to our mission. Wow.
Intense. That's probably the most
Upward.
intense one.
That was
So
so
far.
intense because we haven't heard of that mechanical monster in a while, and now even more questions because here it seemed like a dream. I know it wasn't a dream, but it was an illusion or something the island and Locke created, so he'd have to get tested to finally let go. It's freaking Locke, man. Now I'm like, he is in charge of this whole place, and you don't want
I
to
want to
mess
know
with
how he
Locke.
knew what to mix together to make that kind of hallucinogen.
Just
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's what that was. I guess.
Yeah,
it's
it went
that
into his
paste he was
bloodstream.
making.
Yep.
It's
So-
an open wound.
Oh my God. Yeah, so I guess so. Yeah, you're right. Wow. I just assumed since Locke is able to walk now, he had that miracle because the island blessed him, that he just is all knowing now and just, even though he was always obsessed with hunting and stuff like that, and he's always wanted to do that, so he knows so much already. He probably read up a lot on it and researched a lot. So
Yeah.
it just is so natural to him now that I feel like the island had to play some part in that as well. This was so freaky. What do you guys think? So do you think it was just an illusion? I mean, she's alive.
Well, I think it was definitely an illusion, but I don't know. I mean, he was holding something, so I'm wondering if there was like maybe a boar that kind of brought the illusion of the dead, his dead sister.
Yeah.
Oh, right. And I think the island is allowing one of the survivors to be like the bridge. And I think Locke is it. He's studied on the walkabouts. I mean, he is a survivor, and he's like a visionary. Like, he knows, and maybe he knew Boone was in love. Like, he's very knowing.
Yeah.
He's very in tune to people. Look at Charlie, what he did for Charlie. And now he's in tune with Boone's feelings for his sister. He knew it's more than just being brotherly.
Yeah.
And we saw that, like, he's in love with his sister, and she was manipulative. Yeah. You know, and she was in these abusive relationships. Yeah. But it was ultimately to extract money from him. She thinks that her stepmother, was taking money from her father. So she's taking this money from Boone and pulling on his heartstrings because she knows he's in love with her.
Yeah.
So it's always abusive, but he's always going back and always taking care of her. Like when she had her asthma attacks. And they're always nagging.
I'm glad that they changed that up too, because I love the story so far, and we've been seeing these tough characters that we judge them seeing how they are, and people's stories are so different. You can't just judge like, oh, Kate, like she's a typical, woman not typical woman, but you think like, oh, she didn't have this tough life. She's not a criminal. She seems innocent enough. And look at her backstory. Then Sawyer's like this tough guy, but he had a lot of bad things happen to him too. And he actually tortures himself. He wants people to hate him. So you feel bad. And we're getting these stories.
He's actually crossed paths with Boone before too.
Yes, which is crazy. I like seeing that, now and again. We'll see like people cross paths. And we're like, whoa, crap. Like it was all I don't want to say meant to be, but it kind of feels like that. I thought Shannon was going to have a bad backstory where we were going to really feel bad with her being abused and everything. I'm like, this is bad. And I actually mumbled during the reaction. I was like, she is so tough and nasty half the time, when we've seen her on the show, that I can't see her being meek and just letting someone beat her up, because she is such a tough cookie that I'm like, I can't see that.
At the end there, when she pulled, that guy off of Boone, like that she had some strength to her.
Yeah, because that also was an indicator, because even though we were revealed the bigger thing where she was actually manipulating Boone to get the money because she thought it was in her right, but to make him fly all that way, no matter how much money you have, like he cares. And I know he's obsessed too. It's like an unhealthy, toxic relationship.
Like you said, the 15-hour flight.
Yeah, so he went all the way that way to help her out, and he was worried for her. But I know he's also obsessed, and he pays off every guy. So every guy she probably dated wasn't abusive. And in that moment of reveal, I was kind of like, well, maybe he is a little abusive, but she's working both parts where she knows this guy's going to help her get the money, so she's just taking the abuse. But right when she grabbed him and pulled him off with that strength, and he didn't retaliate, because he was full on punching anger at the brother, that when someone's in that mode, they're going to turn around and punch you too, especially if they're abusive. Like that, there's no holdback.
Right, because it's already out that everyone knows.
And when you're in that moment of rage, like you're going to just swing. And the fact that she was able to hug him and pull him back, that says something, and he didn't react to that. He just said, okay. Like he just was okay with it.
And if someone is abused, like domestically, and they continuously go back to other relationships, that's an issue that they have to deal with. And until they're ready, you can't pull them away. And Boone keeps paying these people off. If she's not ready to get herself some help and remove herself from these people, there's no way, there's no money in the world that's going to make her get away from these relationships.
Yeah.
She keeps pulling. So it's hard, especially if it was a true domestic violence thing. If she's not ready, unfortunately, a lot of people, get killed, or
it's terrible.
So until she's ready, but apparently she was just playing the game just to get money from them,
which made it worse. So I hate that her character is terrible. I still felt bad when she died. I mean, and I was kind of relieved that she was alive. To show that she was a terrible person. Like, she was manipulating beyond the point, like, and even controlling. She was sitting in a chair and turns on the light when he's still, like, sitting there in the dark and, like, interrogating almost, or, like, this is what's going to happen, Like, completely controlling everything, and, like, no emotions there, and just like, messing with him and his emotions. It's okay. Yeah, this is fine. We can do this. And just in his face, and Yeah, so she gets what she wants a lot, and it just sucks. So Locke doing this, in my opinion, as messed up as this whole vision was, and I'm like, I got major chills during this episode. I'm kind of like, Locke does things for a reason. Like, he's actually helping people on this island.
Yeah, it's beautiful to do this to Boone
He's the
because
camp
now
counselor.
he can release himself from her.
Yeah, I always knew from the beginning that he had something weird with her, and I'm like, well, maybe it's me overthinking because, you know, we watch Game of Thrones and a few other weird things. Not weird, I love Game of Thrones, but just the relationships there. And I was like, I don't know, but he's really possessive. And then when she had her asthma attack or whatnot, like, I felt really bad for her, and she kept calling out to him, and he seemed like he was just an overprotective brother. I started accepting that role. But in this one, when he was so aggressive towards Saeed, and I'm like, well, I know it's because she was abused because we started getting that information then, but I'm like, Saeed's a completely different person. You can't judge everyone for that. So then that's when I got the red flag where, okay, well, maybe he is jealous and there's something odd going on here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was just really odd how he just took it out on him, too. Like, oh, well, every relationship's the same. And it's like, no, it's not a
And
normal
he
reaction.
just knows Saeed almost killed Sawyer. And, you know, he removed himself from everybody and came back. And now he's, you know, talking to his sister and, you know, one-to-one more. And he just had an argument with his sister about she being useless. But right off the bat, they just show him with his eye just staring at her.
I know, that was freaky.
It's like, okay,
I love
there's
the
some
music,
jealousy
too.
there.
The music, too, is
Ominous
great
music.
because it's like, oh, yeah, it's like, ooh, it's like kind of evil. Like, this isn't good. What's going on? And just ding, just the eye. Crazy eye.
Always watching.
So
but going back to Sawyer in the cop shop when Boone's given a report, I do like that. It's almost like when Jin was at the airport when Jack was talking to the clerk demanding that, right? You saw him in the background. So it's nice to see that.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, they all came from the same destination.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
But it is cool,
Right.
though, still seeing that, because you just don't think about it. It's a big airport. But yeah, like they're right around the same area.
Jack and Jin, yes, you can see that. But to see Boone and
I know,
Sawyer
in the cop, the station, yeah.
I wonder what
Police
happened to
station.
him just before that.
I know. It's like when you see Sawyer, it's like, oh, Sawyer, what'd you do?
Oh, it was funny though when Hurley stepped on the sea urchin and he's just telling him to pee on
like
him.
him. Yeah, that was so funny. That was a humorous moment.
great.
He's like almost touching his pee-pee. He's like, he goes pee on it. It's like harassment,
No.
okay? But it was good to see that side of him with how gentle he was, because he was so worried that he was like, I didn't have that fish that first time, so now it's like I dishonored him or whatever, and now he won't even talk to me or just gives me a
Dishonored his
look or
family.
something. But he was actually really nice, and he was helping him. He was concerned, and he brought him to the beach and was trying. I like that scene. That was so funny. Pee on it. But please let us know in the comments, I guess, if it's not too weird to ask that. But I think it was, again, on Mythbusters where they actually proved that wrong or something.
I believe you're right.
Yeah, because I did
It's a
hear about
myth.
that it's a myth. It doesn't actually do anything. But curious what you guys have to say, because I used to believe that too. I've always heard that. But, you know, I guess it won't hurt anything, but besides your mental state.
Just pee on it.
Just pee on it. But I'm glad he was there and was able to help him. And
But what do you think about the broken compass? That's got to mean something too.
do you think it's broken? That's the question.
No, I don't think it is. I think that there's a stronger magnetic field somewhere
Mm-hmm.
that's redirecting it.
Yes.
I think so too.
Maybe some kind of complex that has, some kind of.
Yes, and he purposely gave it to Saeed and for Saeed to figure it out because it's going to drive him crazy.
Yeah, because
He knows-
why would he just
Saeed-
give it to him? It's like, I don't need it anymore. I know, like, the surroundings or the
Well, I
island's
think
gonna
Saeed
guide
right
him.
now thinks it's kind of broken, but I bet she's going to kind of start figuring
Yeah,
out
it's
that,
going
hey,
to bother
it's
him.
pointing to something else.
Yeah, because he made his own, so maybe if he makes a better one, or maybe that one even will kind of go in that same direction, and then he'll be like, oh.
Because we know Locke, I mean, he guides people to find their own way,
There's a reason for everything he does.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
In some
Here-
form or another.
This is so far-fetched, and I know this is probably not true. Please no spoilers or tell me if I'm right or wrong, because it's fun to guess. But can you imagine, because you have this weird mechanical monster, and nothing really makes sense. It's so bizarre that can you imagine if, like, this whole island was, like, set with something mechanical underneath it that actually moves the island, so maybe it, like, turns or something where you're not aware of it. And that's why it looks like, well, the sun set here, but it actually didn't because it's still moving or something or rotating, and it's like,
I'm wondering if it's all been just a vision.
Yeah. Well,
everything.
I think. Oh, everything.
Even the pilot, like everything, because look what Locke just did to Boone.
That's true. So maybe,
I mean that was realistic. Like he came back trying to kill Locke because he thought he killed his sister.
And we saw the sister. I mean, that vision was so clear, and she got picked up and dragged and just
and the
he
one
was actually
thing
holding her and touching her. And...
Yes, and what's really weird is she was nagging him right off the bat. Why did you let him? What did you do to get him to tie you up? Where she was tied up, and apparently.
Well, that's the thing. She never said, "Hey, Locke tied me up here."
Yes, like she wasn't like whining, like
she only said, "I'm tied up too." That's like the only thing she said. So
she
right
didn't say Locke tied me up, or
when she was yelling, I was like, "He's hallucinating this whole thing. He's hallucinating because he looked here." But in the jungle, you can have sound bounce off of trees and stuff, I guess. But he looked left, and then he looked right. Like, it was such a dramatic change. I was like, okay, she's all around you. Like, that's weird.
Well,
so maybe she's not there. But
I want to see Locke's point of view of that, where, like, he's, like, holding, like, a rock or something, crying over it, and because there's nothing going on.
Yeah, I know.
Who's he talking to? He's talking to, like, a tree or something.
And he got free, so I was like, maybe he hallucinated the whole thing tied up, but no, he got himself free throughout the whole thing.
And it just goes to show you, and Locke was right. When you have the will, you'll get out of there, and he would do that. Just shows you that he would do anything for her.
Yeah,
like, he would do anything. All she has to do is just call out to him, and that's it.
Yeah,
and he got free.
And have a dinosaur chasing you.
I know that whole thing is bizarre, and I'm just so curious, and I love that idea of like what the freak is going on with that mechanical monster.
You heard the birds, you just mentioned the birds
just
before.
Flapping.
Yeah, because then you hear it was like flap, 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 and I'm like, oh, maybe that's a weird leaf that's next to the mic
like
or
a
something.
giant eagle or it was like a pterodactyl or something that picked her up.
Yeah, it was making me like weird because I'm like, why is that flapping so much right next to them?
You said it, like, what's all the birds? And
like
a second later, like,
I hope it got cut off on Zoom because Zoom does that sometimes, which is good. But I totally screamed. I was not expecting that. I was like, ah! But that was terrifying. And even though, again, it was an illusion, the Island and Locke haven't, they're totally together on this. And that's
definitely
weird. So at least he doesn't have bad intentions. Like, Locke does things because, like, he tries to improve people. Like, he's making Boone let go, but make it his decision to see why. Like, he was relieved that Shannon died. Like, that's shocking. And for him to actually say that, because he was so obsessed, but it was so toxic that that would end that chapter.
Yeah, not having to worry about taking care of her, you know,
and
keeping an eye on her, all that kind of stuff, just kind of, like, cut him free.
Yeah, because he was always there for her all the freaking time, like no matter what happened. So this is good. So he might actually, even though I like his character anyways, like he might actually be even better now because now he's going to be his own person for himself. And I know he's for the people too, but not just Shannon. So that's good.
Yeah,
wow. That was insane.
Man, and Kate's the second person to know that Sun can speak English.
Yes, and I know she will keep that secret. As we joked, what did you say, Tom? It's like she's good at lying, so she'll just like not tell anyone. But I'm glad that she knows. But I get why she's not telling her husband because they had a really bad life when he was working with her father, and to not tell him that secret that she actually learned English on the side without telling him.
I think that's going to bite her in the ass later because she slipped up to Kate.
Yeah,
and Kate figured it out. You know, down
he's
the road,
going to find out.
Someone else is going to, have the same experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Someone's going to just blurt it out or something. Yeah,
I'm waiting for her husband to be like behind in the bushes, just walking in and then hear her talking or something.
With that point, it is better that she tell him first. That is a really good point. I get that she's afraid because he is going to feel very betrayed. Like, what else did you keep from me? You actually learned English and you knew English all this time and never told me. Like, that's a big thing to know.
But he was never abusive to her.
No.
But from what he used to do with her father, I guess kind of scares her because she knows that he's done some pretty bad things.
And she knows what her father does.
Yeah.
Right. So she knows what he's capable of. And
we learned before, but why did she want to learn English? Because she was going to leave him. She was going to run away, and that's why
she didn't like what he was doing, and she was going to disappear. So
that's probably what scares her more. Like, he's going to be like, why did you have to learn English for?
Right.
Like, what's the purpose? So he might connect that she was going to leave him. So that's even worse. But I am glad that they are on this island because they can't really go anywhere. I mean, they could run away, I guess, and hopefully they don't do that. But I like
Hurley's test to see if what's his name, Jin. If he knew English, he goes, "Your wife's hot."
That was good. And he just smiles. You can tell he didn't know, or he's really good at acting. Because it's like, yeah, he's so innocent. I really like Hurley a lot. He's a good character, and he is so sweet no matter what he says. But for him to go up to Boone and be like, "Yeah, so like, what did he say about the hunting?" And he kind of like insulted
it's like
him.
you're not getting anything, and
Some solid food.
he's always worried about not worried, but he wants everyone to be sheltered, even recreational wise, like everything. He's always thinking about everybody. And he wants to make sure that people are fed, and he needs that protein because apparently his digestive tract is.
And at least he knows what good toilet paper is.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. Hopefully it's not like poisonous leaf or something. Ooh, or poison ivy, like some other kind of weird. Can you imagine? That probably does happen.
You might have used it.
Yeah, I really know what leaves are what. But it's true because your diet changes dramatically. Even when you're healthy, like certain
Especially
foods.
when you go on to 90% fruits.
Yeah, all fruits and just sugars, like natural sugars and everything else. Like it is healthy, but when you have too much of it and you're so used to a normal like American diet, we'll say, it's very different. And I like Hurley a lot, but just because of his weight and everything, he's not the healthiest person. So it's a huge shock to his system.
Didn't Hurley in the beginning, wasn't he good at spearfishing?
He was doing it with Charlie, wasn't he, or something?
Yeah, but how come he was having such a hard time getting fish? Just he couldn't find a good location, or
maybe he was just trying to help and he just wasn't good at it. It was just like a fun time kind of thing. But
yeah, because I don't think he can get the quantity he needs.
Yeah, I know.
I think he probably could do it, but he just he was getting the net like what Jin was doing. He's trying to do it that way, and it's a hard technique apparently.
Fish is so healthy for you too. The only problem now is in many oceans, if not all of them, have all those like weird chemicals that they say you should, and some other stuff too, like plastics and stuff that the fish have been eating now, that they say you shouldn't have like a small quantity of fish every month or something, because
but you know what? When
hopefully
you're
they
on
don't
an
have that there. You have no choice, so it's like, who cares? But fish are really healthy for you, and hopefully he can learn to
and I love the garden the ladies are doing. That's great.
That is good. So they are thinking long term now, and you have to think that way because
3
you
weeks
have to
into
live.
it
Well, she
now.
said they've been 3 weeks into him. Like I feel like it's been like a lot longer than that.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. It's like
There's
I
so
feel
much
like it's
has
been
happened in
months.
3 weeks. Like you guys have
Hasn't
had a
it?
busy 3 weeks.
I like how they remind us too, like they're keeping track of it. And we're like, oh wow, instead of just like completely forgetting.
Well, I just don't want like the 7th season to come up and only be like a month.
I hope not. Yeah, I hope it's like a long time or something. I mean, not that I want them to be stranded here, but it is a good show that way. So my prediction with this garden, because it's great that they're doing that, but they need fencing. You always need fencing.
Yeah, because there's creatures on the island that's going to eat them.
But you have a mechanical monster. So I like that place where Boone and Shannon in his illusion like ran into, like all those mini skinny bamboo trees or whatever that was. Like that's a good structure to be in, because I know bamboo's strong, and even though it was an illusion, I feel like I feel like it still is a physical possibility, like with that monster, that he wouldn't be able to get through that. Like I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like some of that was real. Like some of that did happen. Like maybe the mechanical monster was there, but Shannon wasn't, or it was like a mix of weird stuff from the island.
Well, especially too with them knowing that other people are on the island, they should create some kind of a border just to protect at least one side of them.
I agree. Yeah. They should.
I mean, if there's bamboo, it grows fast. I mean, they can make decent fencing out of it.
And find perches or something where, like, high up places where they can, just look over the land or something and just be able to warn people if something's going on. And even those like bamboo type like groups like structures, they should mark where those are, so if they need a place to hide from that freaking monster, because even as ridiculous as it sounds, people are aware. They saw huge, like all these trees moving and this giant thing, like Jack and Kate, whether it's an illusion or not, it can't get through those trees apparently, if they're strong, and there's a lot of them. So you should just mark that so you have like these safe areas to run into.
I just had another thought too. It's kind of a random thought, but you know how Saeed was trying to figure out those maps and he couldn't figure it out? He couldn't find a point of reference?
Yeah.
What if that map is for underground, like where that hatch might lead to?
Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I don't know.
Because that's where
if that hatch goes somewhere, then there's got to be some kind of network underneath there.
Oh, that's interesting, because everything connects in a weird way. So with Locke meeting up with Saeed, him looking at the map and him offering the compass, it would kind of make sense that could be a possibility because everything
Yes,
has meaning. I
'cause-
feel like, yeah,
Right, because he knows about the other bunker,
yeah.
right? He
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
knows even know how to get there.
I wonder how big
Ah.
that trapdoor is. Like if it's like a major.
And maybe
like,
they
huge
sealed
thing
it on the
underneath.
inside purposely because there are people underneath.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so many questions. We can keep on talking about it. I
And
really
Claire,
do like
no
it.
one's flipping looking for Claire.
Maybe
I
Claire's
know.
underneath there.
Maybe
Maybe that's like their place of hanging out.
their habitat or something.
Yeah, that's it.
Place
Operating
of
room.
hanging
Place.
out.
But you know,
Place to go into.
but honestly, like nobody's looking for her. Like
They
all
just
the
kind of like
clothes-
gave up. Oh, it went cold.
Like they're gardening and they're
Yeah, back to normal.
looking
Yeah.
at a hatch. Like no one's looking for her.
And it's been
I mean,
3 weeks, so it's not
Charlie's
like
still in
that's
charge.
just been gone
If
only
I
a few
was
days
Charlie,
ago.
I would have been like, I'm going out and looking for her. I'm sorry. You know,
Yeah.
I'm
Like
gone.
Jack's not even looking. I mean, nobody's looking.
Well, just like with Mike, when the whole cave-in and stuff, like everyone was just like sitting there, like all distraught and like, oh yeah, Jack. And Mike was in there too at that point, right, or something. But it collapsed, and Kate came over, and everyone's just like distraught and like.
I think they didn't want to move it because they were probably afraid that there was
cause
going to
more.
be.
I think
another cave-in.
maybe.
I don't know
Because the way that they
yeah,
were just kind of like walking around, like they think they're dead or something. So maybe they just kind of
Yeah,
figured
take
that
a
she's
break. Okay.
dead too, and just gave up. I'm like, oh God, I'd hate to be the one missing. Everyone just gives up on me, and within, like, oh, it's been a day or two. Although it's probably slim that she's still alive, but I really hope she is. She really is a sweetheart, and I hope the baby's okay. And I don't know, but hopefully we'll find out next episode. This one gave me the chills. Like that freaking
this one
monster
was-
just freaks the crap
that was
out of me.
creepy.
But anywho,
Definitely
guys,
prehistoric something going on there.
yes, I love dinosaur movies and stuff. So I'm like, please be a cool dinosaur. I keep seeing like some weird like I don't even know where the reference is, but I have it in my head on like this mechanical T-Rex with like a bulldozer. Or what is that? Like that that weird
the
choppy
teeth.
like mechanical machine.
Yes.
So I just like see that, and it's just I have to draw it because everyone's like, "What does that mean?" But anyways, yeah. So that'd be really
And
funny.
we're so close to us seeing it too. Like the shadow was like right there, and the sound, like it's
You heard how
just getting
close it
so
was?
much close. Yeah.
It's
Was that part
bizarre.
of his vision, or did that actually happen and he hid from it?
Right.
That's what I'm
It's a
saying.
vision.
Like, I don't know. I think it's kind of mixed where the island and Locke know what's going on. Like, they made this test for Boone, and I feel like even though it was an illusion, I feel like some of it was real. So I think maybe he was running from the monster or something.
When she got picked up by that pterodactyl, wherever it was, I kind of felt like Dorothy from Wizard of Oz, you know, with the little legs going.
I can see that. Man, that freaked me out. I'm like, she's dead. There's no way it picked her up. Like, it didn't pick up Locke.
It was creepy going down the stream and you just see blood on the
Blood.
rocks.
Yeah, I'm like, that's too
oh,
much
no.
blood. Like, you see it everywhere. And, ugh, yeah. So, can't wait for the next episode, guys. This was very exciting. Oh, my God. So, thank you so much for watching. Please ring that bell. Please subscribe. And we'll see you very soon, as always.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Subscribe. Don't forget.